Become a member to help out the YouTube channel.
Hello, I am D-Man, and today I will be ranking all of the total drama seasons from worst to best. There's been a lot of seasons of total drama, some better than others, and well, today I'll just be going through my personal thoughts as to which seasons I like the most and which seasons I, well, like a little less. Anyways, let's get into the video. In last place, we have, unsurprisingly, Total Drama All-Stars. Yeah, if you're a Total Drama fan, this is not a big surprise. This season does a lot wrong. Mostly, its characters, the way it treats its characters, these legacy characters, they're not treated very well. They feel unlike themselves. Gwen doesn't feel like Gwen here. Duncan doesn't feel like Duncan. Lindsay is, I know she's dumb, but yeah, she's really dumb. Sierra doesn't feel right. Like, no one feels quite right. And I don't know what happened here. Like, it's not to say that the season is a complete dud. There's things to like. I think the beginning of the season is decent. The first couple episodes are alright. You know, despite, I mean, you can see the little cracks showing, even in the early episodes, but they're alright, I like them enough. The challenges are good, the humor's still mostly there, you know, it's, at the end of the day, it is a total drama season, so it's not awful or anything, but yeah, I feel as the season goes by and you really start to get into the plots and stuff, the season just kind of works less and less. The whole Mal thing, I don't think Mal's a especially compelling villain. I don't mind the idea of, like, Mike having another personality that's, like, evil, as, like, it might be offensive and out of date now, but, it's still interesting at the very least. I mean, at the end of this is a cartoon, so why not? But I just don't think Mal as a villain just kind of feels like it feels like they try and hype him up as like the coolest villain ever, and he just kind of sucks. It also doesn't help that he's just a bit one note as well. That never helps as well. And sort of as you get towards the end of the season, you get these plots where it's like, you want to know what happened to Duncan? He's in jail now. Oh, Courtney? You like Courtney, right? Too bad, she's out of here, and it's always like, that's not great. And I mean, it's pretty obvious, it's obviously he's gonna win, and the finale with the whole reset button, that's just, that ain't it. That is not it. Yes, let's give Mike the money, and let's have him miraculously fix his disorder. That's how that works. Just press a button, and fix it all. There you go. It's... yikes. Yeah, this season is not amazing, and there are tons of videos out there that explain in much better detail than I can, explaining what went wrong with this season. I guess before I continue on, I guess I'll say a few more things that I kinda like, in theory. I like Scott in this season. He's not like himself in Revenge of the Island, but it still works. I kinda like the Courtney and Scott thing for the little bit it's there. I'll say like the first 4 episodes are pretty good. I like them, I think they're decent. And, I like Alejandro. Alejandro's mostly pretty good, except for his elimination episode. That sucks. Pretty bad. Yeah. There's other things I'm sure I like, but this season is just not awful, but definitely the weakest of the bunch. Alright, now in 8th place, we have Total Drama Harkatail Island. Now, this also shouldn't come as much as a surprise. This season is also not particularly well liked by fans, but season's alright actually. You know, Total Drama All Stars is the only season I'm like that's not that's kind of this season's okay actually. There's things I like about this season, although the season feels a bit rushed, like it wasn't thought out all the way through, and it just kind of this is definitely the weakest cast of the third generation. All the other casts feel pretty realistic for the most part, whereas for this cast they went, fuck it, let's just do some wacky crazy shit. And while it's kind of fun, you know, it's fun to have, you know, like, you know, it's fun, you know, when it's like in the reboot, you have like Scary Girl, right? She would fit in this cast perfectly, but the reason why she works better in the reboot is because she's like the only character that's really that wacky, whereas in this season there's like 7 of them that are like that, and so it gets kind of, you know, these characters are all pretty one note and everything, you know, Beto, Leonard, Rodney, you know, the twins, Ella, you know, and some of these characters I like, but like they're just kind of one note at the end of the day. They're not especially interesting. Now there are characters in here I do like. I do like Sky, I do like Dave, I like Sean, I like Jasmine. Scarlet and Max are pretty good too, although again, Max, super wacky character. You know, Scarlet's actually I actually quite like Scarlet. And then you get the reveal, and it turns out, yeah, Scarlet's also fucking ridiculous as well. Scarlet Fever, episode 10, I actually think it is my favorite episode of the season, just because of how absurd it is. And the challenge is just crazy, but I do like it. I kind of wish the season leaned more into just, this cast is stupid, these characters are stupid, and there's, like, the whole concept of the island being, like, artificial and, like, mechanical is stupid anyway, so I'm surprised they waited the whole season just to, you know, they waited until episode 10 to have the reveal of, yes, the island is artificial. Why not just have that be the gimmick from the get-go? Like, I don't know, I feel like there was a bit of a missed potential there. Now, of course, there are some things that, yeah, there are some things that are wrong. The finale, oh man, that is a hard-to-watch finale, I'll say that right now. And there's just a few hard-to-watch moments in general. I feel like the Jasmine-Sean conflict is a bit, it's okay, but it feels a little off. I think the biggest issue with the season is, yeah, the characters are just, so many of the characters feel kind of one note, and for a couple of them you get to, you know, see more of the, you know, more the nuances and that. This is not, you know, pretty much all the realism's out the window at this point. And while that's, you know, while there is some fun to be had, it's not, it starts to sort of miss the point of Total Drama, which is, you know, it's meant to be a parody. And this kind of feels more like wacky cartoon shenanigans. But hey, there's a reason why it's the second weakest, and I mean, something has to be. Alright, in 7th place, I have the Total Drama Rematch, aka Total Drama Island 2024. Currently the most recent season, and it's not bad, actually. There are definitely things to like here, and ultimately, I think the reason why it's sort of lower for me is because here's the thing with this season. How much do you like Priya and Caleb? And how much do you like MK and Julia? Is really, and also Wayne and Raj, sort of really determines how much you're going to like the season. Do you love those characters and you just want to see them more? Then you'll probably like the season more than I did. I do not find the winner of this season super compelling. Wayne is an okay winner, but feels just like they just didn't give him enough to do. They gave him too little too late. I like Wayne in episode 12, like what they did with the intern and that's cool, but even in the finale, Wayne is like a dumb as... Oh my god, Wayne is just... Yeah, he's dumb. But it was kind of crazy, because I was rooting for him. I still, like, out of the final three, he's the better pick. Julia can't win. Do you really want the villain to win? No! Julia was a bitch this season, and, I mean, that's sort of the point. She's the villain. I don't mind a villain. But you can't have Julie win, and then Caleb... I wouldn't have minded Caleb at first, but the whole Caleb and Priya thing goes on so long, right? Think about, I mean, Priya won the last season, so it's like, let's give her a break. Nah, let's have her actually go all the way to the second final episode. Why is Priya in this season so much? Why do they do that? I can't... Oh, it's crazy. Like, I know when it comes to the first two seasons of the original show, right, you had Duncan, right, he got the final 4 in the first season and final 2 in action. But it's a lot better there because, like, at least Duncan didn't win the first season, it's like, this just, why is Priya in it for so long? And their conflict is decent, but it does drag on for too long. This is a 13 episode season. How did it feel like it dragged? I don't get it. Now, I may have complained a lot about this season, but let me tell you, I think the beginning of the season is actually really good. I really like the first, like, 5, 6 episodes. They're not amazing. The season has a problem with a lot of the eliminations. It really suck. I really don't like Damien's elimination. I don't like Bowie's a lot. I don't like Michelle's elimination. I don't like Scary Girl getting eliminated first. Just doesn't. I don't know. I don't know. The whole elimination order and the way a lot of these eliminations happen feel a bit not the way I would have done it personally. And Julia and I also the Julia NK dynamic was actually quite good, and a lot of people really like it, and I like it too. I really like it too. It's something for these two characters to do. It's my favorite part of these two characters, but I mean, Julia is the villain here, has too much plot armor, and don't worry, she's not the only villain with too much plot armor, but it's something to note. But yeah, I really like the beginning of the season. It really elevates it, and you know what? I do really like the finale too. The first, like, proper three-way finale. That's really cool. I like a lot of the challenges here. I like Ripper and Axel. It's rushed. It's done a little too quickly, but I like it. I like how that happens. I like the sort of the whole cheating thing the first couple episodes. I don't know. It's just this season to me there's so much to like and there's so much to dislike, and so yeah, I'm left with the season where with I don't know, I can see a lot of people putting this higher or lower maybe. I think most people would rate it higher than I have, but there's a lot to like, so I'm not surprised. I just unfortunately I couldn't enjoy it as much as I would have liked to. Alright, now in sixth place we have Total Drama, The Redonkulous Race. Now I feel like out of all of my sort of placements, I'm gonna say that this one's probably the most controversial. I see a lot of praise for this season. I see a lot of people put this at, top three. Um, this is a 26 episode season. People like that. I like that. You know, nice, good cast. Good characters, decent stories, good challenges. So why is this sort of as low as it is for me? And for me personally, it's kind of hard to pinpoint, but I just kind of think it's boring, and it's sort of hard to describe. I don't think the format works as well, right? This is parodying The Amazing Race, which is unfortunate because I think the Amazing Race format's kind of stupid. At the very least, it's not as good as the Survivor format, and so the season kind of I feel like the stakes are lower here when it comes to eliminations and stuff. And they try and do some stuff like the boomerangs and stuff, but I feel like if there was more of an incentive to win, like there are a couple of challenges in here where like they get rewarded. Why not have some more rewards or like some advantages? You know, the only reason why in the season why why like the police cadets really want to win is so the ice skaters lose because they hate losing. But it ultimately doesn't matter that much. All that matters is that you don't come last. Except for like maybe like the last couple of races, and that's unfortunate because I do like some of I like the ice skaters, I like the cadets, I like Owen and Noah, and the sisters, and there's a lot of characters here that I enjoy. I don't love the Carrie Devon plot. Oh, that plot goes on for so long. I don't like that at all. So it takes 23 episodes for that plot to resolve. Holy shit. It could have been resolved in like half the time, but it stretches on. I hate that. Um, I don't know. I just, it's hard to pinpoint, but I just don't love the season. I think the 26 episodes might be a slight detriment because there's also a lot of non-elimination challenges as well. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the season would have been like better if it was like 20 episodes, but you just get this, I don't know, filler or something. I don't know. As I watch the season, I really enjoyed it first, and then as I keep watching, I just start to get like disinterested. I don't. It's hard because again, I don't exactly know what's not like captivating me as much as the seasons higher up on the list, but it's just not doing it. Yeah, I don't know. I'd love for them to try this again, though. I mean, there's good to be had here, and I mean, people really do like this season. I feel like I'm an outlier, so it'd be really cool if one day there was a season 2 to the Redonkulous race. I mean, you got the voice actor for Don voicing Chris now, so it's easy enough to bring the host back. Yeah. That's my opinion of the Redonkulous race. Let's move on to the next place. Now, in 5th place, and I've got to be honest, 5th and 4th place are, like, very close, actually, but for me, personally, in 5th place, we have the Total Drama Reboot, aka Total Drama Island 2023. Now, this was a nice return after many years of Total Dramarama. This was a good return to form. This cast, the new cast, is very solid for the most part. There's a few characters that feel a little undeveloped, but overall, I do quite like this cast. Probably the best cast since the original, I would say. Maybe, or I might like the Revenge cast more, but that's for me to think about later and not now. Regardless, this is a good cast, and this is a good season. It's not perfect. I feel like, again, with Julia, I like Julie's the villain here. I think she's better here than in the rematch, but it takes a while for Julia to exist, right? There's like 6 episodes where Julia doesn't... There's no villain, really, I guess. I guess Ripper's kind of the villain, Bowie's kind of the villain. It's a bit weird. And then once you have Julie be the villain and eliminate MK, which, just for the record, is the only elimination this season I hate that elimination so much, but otherwise the eliminations here are fine. But yeah, I like Julia after that. I think the whole finale is really well done. I think Bowie, the whole thing with Bowie finding like Millie's book or whatever, and like ripping the page, and like the way that whole happened, the build for the whole season's actually done really well here. It's quite good. You have Millie writing in her book, and then you have MK going through the confessionals, but then MK's eliminated, the phone gets like thrown in the ocean, and then it's sort of forgotten about for a few episodes. Then in episode 10, Bowie sees the phone, he voluntarily gets himself eliminated from the challenge to get the phone, to see the footage of Millie with sort of writing all the stuff about everyone, and then just the whole way and then like, yeah, Bowie finding the book, and like, it's very well done. Very well done, and the finale is quite good because of that as well. Now, as for other things, you got Emma and Chase. I don't like Chase very much. I'll be honest. I get what his appeal is. He's meant to be a really terrible person, and that's kind of funny sometimes. But I feel he's one note, and Emma's also kind of one note as well a little bit here, and those two characters are in it for a lot this season. I mean, Chase is eliminated episode 10, and then I think Emma's episode 11. They're in it a lot, and I don't love that. I like Ripper. That doesn't bother me. I don't know. I feel like this order is better than the rematch. Priya as a winner is okay as well. I think I like Priya more than Wayne as a winner. I would have preferred Bowie to win. I think with Priya winning, it's a little too obvious, I think. But I don't hate it. I don't hate it, at least. But yeah, I mean, this is a good... The challenges are quite good here. It's nice to see the show back. And it's, this season and the rematch, then they're good, right? I mean, the rematch wasn't as good, but, like, it's still decent. And I hope there's more to see of this cast in the future. It's been... We don't have any information right now, but I hope to get more Total Drama in the future. Now, in 4th place, we have Total Drama Revenge of the Island. This is the best 13-episode season, in my opinion. It's probably the season I've watched the most in general, because, it's a shorter season, and it's really solid. This season is just solid all around for the most part. It doesn't do anything exceptional, but it doesn't do anything super terrible either. Okay, there's like 1 or 2 bits that aren't great, but this season is just really solid. I really like the cast. I think all the characters are pretty good, other than Stacy, but Stacy's clearly just meant to be thrown away as quickly as possible. That's sort of the point. The rest of this cast is very solid. I like all these characters. I like Scott as the villain for the most part. I think the elimination order isn't my favorite. I think I would have tweaked the order a bit, but I still like the characters that get far. Zoe's pretty good. Mike's quite good in this season. Cameron, I like the finale of Cameron and Lightning. That's just, it's something different. Lightning's not someone you expect to be in the finale, but it's kind of cool. Personally, though, I still would have preferred, I think Cameron and Joe would have worked a bit better. I feel like Cameron and Joe had more, they just interacted more in the season, Lightning sort of being the villain last second feels a bit weird here. The season sort of has this thing, Scott can be really annoying to some people. I don't mind it. But, you do get, B getting eliminated and Dawn getting eliminated, which are really cool characters, and they get, they just don't show up enough, And that's really sad. The cameos here are quite cool. I like seeing the OG. I should have mentioned, I like the cameos in the rematch season as well, but I like them more here. Yeah, there's not a ton to say. The radioactive theme is a bit ridiculous, and Chris McLean as well. This is sort of where his character gets a little bit too evil here, I think. Parker Tail is definitely the worst, but here it's sort of the start of oh wow, you're a piece of shit, Chris McLean. And they sort of fix that in the reboot, which thank goodness. Because, yeah, this is sort of the start of, like, Chris being really evil. Yeah, there's not a ton to say. Like, I guess Dakota Zoid's a bit... That's not great. I like a lot of the challenges. I do like Dakota and Sam. I like Zoe and Mike. Zoe and Mike's relationship here is actually quite well done, even if I think it has a bit of that, like, love at first sight thing, which whatever, but I think I like the way it happens here. I don't mind the love triangle with Maria and Zoe and that either, and like Vito. That's fine. Yeah, I don't know. This is just, yeah, there's nothing like exceptional here, but this is just a solid season. It's quick, it's nice to watch, and that's why it's in my top 4. Alrighty, now for the bronze medal, we have Total Drama Action. Now, this season is all over the place. I'm just going to say it right now. I really like this season. I think I've definitely seen people like this season less than I do. I think that boils down to I just really like the characters that are in Total Drama Action. I wonder who my favorite character is. Just look at the channel name. It's Lindsay. Lindsay's really good here. Duncan, I like Duncan a lot. He's really good here. Harold, I like Courtney. All the characters I really like are in this season a lot, and they're really good here for the most part. So that's sort of why I like this season as much as I do. Justin as well is really good here. But this season is just all over the place. This season ranges from like, what the hell are we doing, to yes, this is awesome, to what the hell are we doing? So I guess I'll start. The beginning of the season is actually not great. The Gwen Trent breakup, that feels forced as hell. But then once you get rid of them, and you get rid of Bridget and Jeff, then it starts to like pick up. It starts to get good. And for me, it gets like really good. It's funny. It's like, I love the character dynamics. There's not many characters, and that's probably the biggest problem here. The cast feels a little too small. And so you get a little bit too much filler, sort of like your Redonkulous Race, but somehow I think that the middle portion of the season is just so unbelievably good to me. I love it so much. Courtney's return, that's a good spice up. Courtney's very mean here, but I think it works decently well. Justin's really funny. Beth's pretty good here. This whole middle portion is really good. And then Owen returns. Okay, that's fine. I like Owen enough. And then, oh, Lindsay's gone. Oh, that was really stupid. Oh, great. Okay, now what? Oh, Harold's gone. What the hell's going on here? It's like the ending of the season also kind of was like. So you have this whole thing with Lindsay as like she's trying to be more independent and trying to do stuff on her own. And then basically the moment Lindsay gets eliminated, I know this is not the intention, but I swear it feels like Beth basically steals Lindsay's plot. Because you have the whole rivalry with Courtney and Lindsay. The moment Lindsay's gone, you got the rivalry with Courtney and Beth, and it's really jarring. It feels like Lindsay was meant to go all the way. It's not the case. It's not the case. It just feels so off. Why not give Beth the rivalry from the beginning? Why not have Beth and Courtney fight from the beginning? They don't. It's Lindsay and Courtney. What? And it's like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Beth doesn't do anything too, like crazy. Like, she wins a couple of challenges, exposes LaShawna. That's about it. Like Beth doesn't do much. Like, Lindsay does more. Lindsay fails a lot more here as well, but like Lindsay's trying a lot harder. And then the moment Lindsay's gone, you have Beth sort of taking over, and that's fine, but Harold gets eliminated, and that's kind of dumb. And then you get the finale, you get like the final four of like Owen, Duncan, Beth, and Courtney, and it's like, what is this? What is this? Why is Owen here? Get him out of here. He's not gonna win again. Like, it's better than Prue in the rematch, because at least Owen disappeared for half the competition, but still, it's still the same problem. Like, Jesus Christ, I get it. You're like Owen. Doesn't need to be in every fucking episode. And then the finale is fine. I don't mind Duncan as a winner. I don't mind Beth as a winner. They are fine, but there are just better picks. Harold's a better pick. Lindsay's a better pick. The Shauna might have even been a better pick. I don't know. Courtney would not have been a good pick, by the way, but that's just my opinion. I don't know. This season is just like... the season's either like really good or... what are we doing? And yeah, but overall, I don't know. Well, it's sort of more all over the place than Revenge of the Island. I like it more overall. It's just... when it's good, it's really good, and that... I'm more than happy to watch those episodes again and again. Total Drama Island and Total Drama World Tour. Which one gives the silver medal? Which one gets the gold? I'll tell you now. In second place, I have Total Drama Island as my second favorite season of the series. What can I say? It's the first season. They nailed it right off the bat. I'll say this season has a different vibe. It's more grounded in reality. It's definitely going with more of the parody aspect. But even though it's more grounded, and in some cases it feels a bit slower paced, but somehow the pace is really nice. I just really like the pace here. It's really nice, and the character interactions just feel super grounded and realistic, and it's built up nicely. Now, the season's not perfect. Heather has plot armor. It sucks. It sucks bad. The eliminations in the season are not great, but somehow it doesn't bother me as much. And I think it's just the cast is so strong, the character interactions are so strong, the way the romances are built up in the season are very well done. Courtney and Duncan, super well done. Gwen and Trent, not as well done, but still well done. Bridget and Jeff, that's done well. There's just a lot to like here. This is sort of, yeah, this is just a chill season. This is also the most adult season. I'll say, if you're gonna watch this season, watch the original sort of version that went out in Canada, the Fresh TV version. That version you get a lot more. You get a lot of changes. They change it a lot, I suppose. So, like, just an example off the top of my head, I know in the original version, there's an episode where the contestants are fed this food, and one of the foods is these bull testicles, and the original version, chef says bull testicles, whereas the, I guess, censored version, he says, like, meatballs. That doesn't make as much sense, and it's definitely important for Lindsay's elimination, because you have Lindsay just cursing the shit out of Heather. It's bleeped, but it's a hell of a lot more interesting, and a hell of a lot more like, you go, girl, than the censored version, which gives her a mediocre speech. So yeah, I mean, this season feels a bit more adult than the other seasons. Has a bit more of an edge, I guess you can say. But mostly, I just really like the season because, yeah, the characters are so strong here. Even if there are weird inconsistencies here and there, the characters, the way they interact off each other, it just feels so nice. It's so good. And this season has a feeling that none of the other seasons quite capture again. None of the other seasons quite capture the feeling that this season does. And that is what makes this season, I think, so special. It also helps that it is the first season, it is the first cast, so that I think probably does help elevate it a little bit, you know. It just has this. It just kind of nails it right off the bat for the most part. It's not going for, you know, it does not focus on the eliminations. It's clearly prioritizing these teenagers in drama, a lot of drama, total drama. That's the name of the show. This nails it. But, of course, I still think there's one season that's better. And, of course, in first place, I have Total Drama World Tour. My favorite season of the show, my personal best. This season, oh man, this season does so much right. And you know what? It does a little bit wrong too. Let's get the bad out of the way right off the bat. Team Victory sucks. It sucks. I like the idea of this is the only season with three teams. Really cool idea, and it throws it away because Team Victory loses like 10 times in a row. Not really, but whenever the other teams do lose, it just happens to be non-elimination. It's like, come on. And that sucks because that is like a third of the season. But thankfully, other than Team Victory like sucking, and like I guess the as you get towards the end, it feels a little bit like not as interesting. But I'll tell you right now, even despite Team Victory, I think the first third of the season is really good. Lots of nice stuff here. It's just a nice third. You really get to see Alejandro be a villain here. He's my favorite villain. Um, he's really good at being unlikable and also unstoppable without it feeling like OP. This is stupid. Why is this happening? Like Mao has that problem and has this problem where like, why do we not know who Mao is? With Alejandro, it feels pretty natural for the most part that people don't suspect him. For the most part, I think by the time people do suspect him, it feels about the right time. Like Duncan kind of sees through right away that Alejandro is a schemer, but Duncan kind of works with that, and it's like, and Alejandro like Alejandro works because he sort of is able to work with so many characters. He can manipulate people, get them out, or like work with like other characters that also are capable of like strategy and stuff. Of course, Alejandro and Heather as well, extremely well done. That really makes this season the season. Like the finale is excellent, except the fact that no one gets the money. Come on. But yeah, that whole Heather and Alejandro make the season, and I think without them, I don't think this would be as good as the first season. I don't think this would be as good, but yeah, Heather and Alejandro are just that good in this season. And Cody's pretty good here too. Cody's quite good. Sierra is Sierra. She is all right. I like the aftermath show here is so much better than an action. Action is like it's kind of boring. You can skip them. Whereas in World Tour, I find the aftermaths not amazing, but they are a lot better. I do quite like the aftermath. I like the one where I like the especially like the one where Blaney like wins the challenge and is like then in the show all of a sudden it's like that's kind of cool to have like a different character like this character's like adult that's just like in here. And yeah, I think the love triangle as as contentious as it is in the total drama community, I I really like it actually. It adds a lot of drama in the middle of the season, and I actually kind of wish it was a little longer. Like they kind of they start it too quickly and they end it too quickly. And I don't blame like the writers. Like I don't think they wanted to do it, but then I think it's a case of like the network wanted them to have this love triangle, and so they did it. But that's don't like don't like take my word for it. Look that up yourself. But yeah, I really like the love triangle here. I think the challenges and just the fact they go all around the world is really cool. You're not stuck in one location. I think the Redonkulus race does the whole around the world thing better, but this is a good first attempt as well. And yeah, this season is really, really good. I think Ireland might be sort of more solid overall, although I guess the eliminations and I forgot. Total Drama Island's eliminations really suck. This season's eliminations are quite a bit better in my opinion, I think. I'm not too bothered by like Noah's elimination or Tyler's elimination. Like it makes enough sense. Even if yes, it would be nice to let those characters go a bit further. And Yeah, I guess Ezekiel as well. I both love and hate what they did with Ezekiel in this season because, like, yes, Ezekiel's finally interesting. Oh, they never revert him back. So that's kind of harsh. Like, I actually don't mind Ezekiel being feral in the season, but they probably should have turned him back by, like, Revenge of the Arnold or All Stars. The fact that Ezekiel is still feral is fucked up. But I like Ezekiel in the season, to be honest. And okay, I think that's enough of me. That is my ranking of the total drama seasons from worst to best. If you liked the video, like and subscribe, and I will see you all next time.